Hello, my creative friends. My name is Heather North. You can find me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. I am here with Flosstube number 13. That means this video is going to be mostly about what's been going on in my stitching world with a little bit of life update. I feel like I must start with saying we had Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse, whatever you want to call it. I think throughout the US this past weekend, it was cold, wintry, snowy, icy, rainy weather, and we had our share. It was wonderful. If you have not been to my Instagram account lately, go check it out because you're gonna see the cutest pictures of our husky Malamute mix dogs playing in the snow for the first time having they had snow that first year, but they're only a year old. They just turned a year old. So this was their first time really being in the snow that was deeper than just a couple of inches. We ended up with like 1.5 to 2 feet of snow. There was just storm on top of storm. In the pictures, there wasn't that much, but you can still see how much they just enjoyed it. We did have some wind gusts come up with the snow blowing and blowing it off the roof. So on our balcony, we ended up with like 3 feet of snow. It came up to the doorknob. Thankfully, we didn't really need to go out on the balcony. I did kind of want to shovel it off. I was a little bit nervous, but everything was fine. It has mostly melted now. There's just a little bit of snow on the ground. The girls are so sad because they love playing in it. And I hope it snows again for them, especially since this past weekend, we all had the weekend off. And so we could just be home and together. We watched movies. I did a lot of stitching. The boys played their video games, and the girls, the boys are like they're my human children. They're in their 20s, but I still call them boys because they still live at home. Thank you 2020 for that. Whatever. I love having them here. I really do. The girls are the dogs, the huskies. We also have a little Shih Tzu, and she's, like 12, 13 pounds, and she's probably only 6 inches tall or something. Maybe it's more than that, but she could not get out into the snow. It's like she did her business on the back patio, and it is what it is. She's so tiny, she would get totally lost out in the snow. So, but she did good. She actually did go out there. If there's less than 6 inches, she does have fun going and playing, but she gets buried in it pretty easily. So, yeah, we just had a really fun weekend. I had a lot of stitching, and you'll see I had planned on doing more love type stuff because it was Valentine's weekend, the week leading up to Valentine's, but with the snow, I just felt like touching all of the things that had snow in them. And so I'm not even bringing down everything that I stitched because I do have a few pieces upstairs. I just went and tried to put maybe a length of thread worth of stitches or X's into any project that I had nearby that had snow on it. So I did do that, which is, just brings it a little further along and just kind of in the spirit of it all. So I'm going to just kind of start with where I was. I think for me, because at least the last couple of videos, I've been writing down what I've been stitching daily, and I think it's just easier for me to go from there to show you what I've been doing. So, and Wednesdays are going to start with whips. That's just the way it is. And the first thing is the Sew by Row Stitch Along. The Sew by Row pattern is by Lori Holt. Here we go. And the Stitch Along is held by, or hosted by, is that what you would call it? Kimberly Jolly from the Fat Quarter Shop, or Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube, and of course Lori Holt from Lori Holt. I converted some of my colors. If you want to take a little screenshot, those are the colors that I used. And my goal, I am way behind where Kimberly is. We talk about this every week, don't we? But I watched Lori's video. She actually had 2 Flosstube videos. So if you haven't seen them, please go check them out. They're great. But her last one she did with her friend Kristie. And she isn't very far along on this stitch along. So I figure that the pattern designer isn't caught up. I'm good. The video she did with her friend Kristie is incredible. They stitched, or at least what they were showing were stitches that they had done or patterns they had done together, or they both had the patterns. There were so many of them though that they had maybe slightly different colors. A lot of them were the same, but maybe slightly different colors, definitely different fabrics. So the fabric color's a little bit different and the count is different. And for me, I just found it so interesting to see how the pattern changes depending on the fabric you use and the different counts you use. So it was it was really fun to see the two friends together stitching. So go check that out. They're both stitching this. I really like how Lori did hers on a more, I think it's her new cork fabric. It's a darker brown and I really like it and how prim it turned out. But of course my colors are brighter and closer to what my sewing area is. So here is my progress. I had the goal this week, personal goal, to finish the row of quilt blocks, and I did that. You can see I've got a good start on this week's with the irons, and a couple more color changes are coming this week, but I think, but we'll see where I get this week. But that is my sew by row. I was so glad to get that done. I tried to do it on Monday night and I hadn't really eaten all day. I had some almonds in the morning and then and some cheese, and then I spent all day Monday sewing. I had so much fun in the sewing room. And it was getting to be like 7 o'clock and my husband goes, "Want me to get pizza?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm starving." I don't know if I just ate too fast or if it was bad pizza, but after eating I tried to start stitching and it did, I spent, yeah, we don't want to talk about what happened after that. It was not pleasant. So I wasn't thinking I would get done, but I worked on it yesterday and I got that row done. So yay! The other two stitches that I worked on, I guess for Wednesday, I worked on Quilty Love. I'm just going to show my two WIPGO pieces together because last weekend was also WIPGO weekend. So it's Valentine's weekend, it's Snowpocalypse, and it's WIPGO weekend. WIPGO is the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and she calls out numbers each month. You fill out this board. It's kind of like a bingo board, but it's for WIPs, works in progress. And each month she calls out numbers and you work on the corresponding projects for those numbers. And we set our own goals. My goal for this month, for February, was for number 20, I believe. The first number called Quilty Love. And back up for a second. This is Quilty Love by Lori Holt. So another Lori Holt pattern. My goal was to complete the row of hearts. So I had it about halfway done. I got that goal early in the month. So for WIPGO weekend, I set the goal of getting this like quilt block star done. Now I was looking at my WIPGO board because I was going to keep working on this the rest of the month. And I'll still work on it at least an hour today and an hour next Wednesday. I'll have to look at a calendar. I still have January calendar up, you guys, to see how many Wednesdays there are left this month. Oh, I've got one right here. If my brain was not attached. I'll work on it here. So for the next 2 Wednesdays, I'll work on it maybe an hour each of those Wednesdays. But I've got this on my WIPGO board twice because I wanted to get it done this year. So I'm not going to try and get to a finish. I was going to try and get to a finish, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll see what happens. But this is what I have on my Quilty Love. So my goal was to get this done this weekend. I got this done and added a few, those 3 red hearts that come next. So I might even try and get the next quilt block and hearts done by the end of the month. And that way when the number is called, all I'll have left is 1 more quilt block. But I did want to put this up. It's got kind of those patriotic colors. I did want to put this up this year. Fully finish it somehow and have it up on our walls. So, lost my bag. So yeah, I met my goal for the weekend. I met my goal for February for WIPGO. So thank you so much, Jessie Marie, for hosting this and putting it together and giving us the motivation to get further in our progress, especially me. I'm just finding that having the goal, and I put reasonable goals that I knew I could meet. By doing that, it motivates me to do even more. So my next project is Grandpa's truck. This was number 4 on my WIPGO board, and my goal was to complete a motif. So whatever I was working on, I was halfway done with this tree at the beginning of the month. So I finished that tree right away and started working on the house. So I made my new goal to finish the house, and that was my WIPGO goal for the weekend. And I'm happy to report, yay, I got it done. Yay. So Grandpa's truck, the house is completely finished. I fixed the snow that I needed to fix there. And then I started working on the truck. I just love that truck. I love this piece. I have not always had fun working on this cloth. It was, linen is a struggle for me. I have it in my Q-snap. That has helped greatly, and having enough light. My Halo Go light, I think is what it's called, has also helped. So that's Grandpa's truck, number 4. That means I did my WIPGO weekend and I did my WIPGO goal for February, but this I think is only on the board once. So for the next 2 Wednesdays, today and next Wednesday, I will try and get this fully finished. I just need to finish the truck and a little bit of snow under the snowman. And that, I think that should make that one done. Yay. Do you get excited when you get close to a finish? Does it motivate you to finish fully? Woo. Okay, what's next? My Cozy Winter Wishes Stitch Along. So here we are, Thursday, and the snow started. So I think I took Sew by Row with me. I had a dentist appointment, and that's the last I went out because I don't really drive in the snow if I can help it, because I'm not very experienced driving in the snow. And we have 4-wheel drive, so I can, and I have since moving up here, but I figure me being off the road is probably safer for everyone. So this is the Cozy Winter Wishes Stitch Along. Had to pull that out when it was snowing, of course. I've been doing this, I started before the Stitch Along started. You guys know that. But the Stitch Along was started by Tanya Spielman. She reached out to Heather of White House Stitchery. Heather's the one that that designed this pattern. You can find it. There's her information. And it's a very inexpensive pattern, but several people are doing it. So check out the hashtag Cozy Winter Wishes Sal on Instagram and see what other people have done and the fabric they've used. I, of course, chose 14 count. I dropped it, sorry. 14 count hazy gray from Fabric Flair. I have gotten so many compliments on that fabric. It's one of my favorites from Fabric. It's one of my favorites. Oh, sorry. Bumped the table here. It's one of my favorite all time. I mean, I just love that fabric. I love the gray. I love the modeling. I love how it comes out perfectly, or not perfectly. It comes out similar every time. So you kind of know what you're getting, what you're starting with. If I were to do this again, however, I would do it on 28 count Lugana. That's kind of my sweet spot. And I found that I can buy 28 count Lugana directly from fabricflair.com. I haven't been able to find it anywhere else. And the reason I say that is there are a few stitches in here that are kind of like the back stitches or quarter stitches, and it goes in the middle of the square, so it would just be easier if it was over 2. It's totally doable. The hazy gray Aida makes it easy. The nice thing about using Aida is you're only counting 1 over 1, so you can count where you're going fairly easy as well. So here is my progress on, whoopsies, Cozy. You guys, it's probably looks easier than it is. So this is Cozy Winter Wishes. I'm not sure where I was last time. I think I had this part here done. And started on the cups. I finished the cups. I did the square outline here and a little snowflake. And then I'm working on the teapot this morning, or coffee pot, whatever you want to call it. And as I was working on it, I noticed something. I already reached out to Heather. She's going to correct it, but I had done it wrong. That's how I noticed it. There's a stitch right here that is charted. This one's charted white and these two are charted gray, that one stitch underneath the white block. So it's supposed to be gray. I mean, her things are pretty symmetrical, and so I figured it probably was. Reach out to her. Yeah, so this is gray underneath all of here. You could do white underneath all of here too, but it looked kind of funny with just one white and the other two gray. So I mean, I'm just stitching along, not even looking closely at the pattern, because her pattern is written so well. I have had so much fun doing this, and I've already ordered several of hers. She has my next one. I'll talk about future plans. My next plan is to do one she just put out. It's like a spring, there's a little birdhouse with a heart in it. It's a little spring cottage maybe. I don't know the name of it, but you can find Heather and her mom, Jeanette, on YouTube. I'll link, or I'll put it down in the description below, but Crafty Cottage Stitches. And definitely check out the hashtag Cozy Winter Wishes Sal. Make sure that's right. Yep. On Instagram to see what other people have been doing. This would be so pretty. I mean, I love the hazy gray, but it would be so pretty on different colors too. Because can you imagine it with like a lilac, a light purple, or even a pink? Her colors are great. I love the colors. It's what I was drawn to. But you could also change it up and have this be like red and gray and white, and have it kind of have that more of a Christmassy feel to it. Or you could do pink snowflakes, or you can just play along with it. So my goal for this week will be to finish the teapot and then do this block here. And then all I have left is this big block on the other side. But it's been a lot of fun working on. So I just want to say thank you to Tanya for reaching out to me, letting me know that she's putting together this stitch along. Thank you to Heather and Jeanette. Thank you, Heather, especially for creating this pattern. I love it. And go check her out, White House Stitchery, on Etsy and on Instagram. Okay, what is next? I have not worked on this in a hot minute. This was my Christmas start. I love it, but I've kind of been focusing on the Cozy Winter Wishes to get that to completion since it became a stitch along. So this is Quaker Snowflakes. It's by Hello from Liz Mathews. And I got the perfect fabric from Bestitch Me to work on this. So I've been doing this. I got the MPI Silks. I think that's what it called for, was MPI Silks. So far I'm just using the called for white. I don't even have the name on here. The fabric is called Scotsman, and I think it's mislabeled on here. I want to say it's 16 count or 18 count Ada, and I did it because I was watching Annie at Joyfield Stitcher. She showed her fabric in this when she got it for Fabric of the Month, and I had gotten it in Lugana, and I loved the color. I didn't get this one. I think I got the other, because oh, sorry, you guys. Bestitch Me has a Fabric of the Month club, and you can sign up for either neutrals or colors or mix. And I signed up for a mix. I also did Lugana. That's my sweet spot. And I think I got neutral that month, not Scotsman. But Annie, Joyfield Stitcher, showed her Scotsman and Ada, and I fell in love. So I ordered it. It was my first special order from her, like directly asking for something. And it is just perfect for this Quaker Snowflake. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I mean, the color is pretty true. So of course with the snow, I pulled this out and did a little bit, sorry. I think that I wasn't quite done with the top row. So I finished off the top row and came down here and did some more of the snowflakes. I started this Quaker box, snowflake box motif. Anyways, love this. And it was so much fun to pull it out while it was actually snowing. I'm going to change the greens a little bit. I ordered a couple of different colors. Haven't quite decided. So when I get to that point And because that's at the very bottom here. When I get to that point, I'll show you what I come up with for that little bottom area. I think this is precious too, in the white with the blue. And you could choose any color you want. You could do this in red work. I think this would be amazing in on white in this mint color or an aqua color. I think it would be so pretty. So many options. I mean, I don't have time to... I have realized this past week, I don't have time to do all of the charts that I own. I mean, I do. I've got so many charts and kits, not charts. I have so many charts kitted up and projects kitted up that I don't have enough time to do what I have right now. So I don't think I'll be doing them twice. I think I need to just do it and stick with it. If I want to, I could, but there's always another chart out there. But there are so many options. I think that's one of the fun things about Instagram is seeing what other people are working on. Okay, the other thing I pulled out that I hadn't worked on in a while, so I'm going to show you because of the snow, was Snowflake Serenade by Cottage Needleworks. I so love this one. I'm doing it on bone Lugana, and sorry, the threads are kind of sticking to it. And this is what I have so far. So I don't think I had any of the jingle. I added jingle for the jingle bells. And I finished off, this wasn't quite done here, so I finished off that and went down and I added the rest of the pine needles to the things across the top that needed pine needles. Just one of those that I was only going to put in one strand of thread and I kept going because it was just so much fun. I love this one. But I told you in my past video, stitching just on white gets a little monotonous, and white is snowflakes, and even though I love how it looks, it's, you know, it gets monotonous, and I don't want to keep stitching on snowflakes all the time, so I kind of am pacing myself with those. Not with the buying of them, just the doing of them. So the last whip I have is in my Dot Dot Goose Designs bag. I just have to toot Denise Dot Dot Goose's horn a little bit with her bags. She follow her on Instagram because when she puts out new bags, she does videos on it. She says that she's doing her last run of this with the farmhouse. I absolutely love it. Saw Kimberly use it, had to have it. I love the pink farmhouse. Love it so much. So I'm putting my sampler of the month from Cottage Needleworks in this bag. But I reached out to Denise because she came out with a new one and I said, can I pretty please, I know it doesn't have a pal, but can I pretty please have a pal with it, because I have started using your pals and love them. I want them for everything, just anything that coordinates. And she got right back to me. She's working on it and I'm so excited, but I don't have that yet. Of course, I just ordered it. So I do have this, and I'm sorry for the lighting. The sun is just going where it wants to go. I'm in the club from Fat Quarter Shop, so they sent all of the floss, I believe all of the floss, in with the first shipment and half or more of the fabric. So I just have the floss that I haven't used on this. It's just a key ring in here. And then I've got my patterns in here. Ooh, don't want to show that. That's the pattern I'm working on. So far we have January, February, and March. I'm trying to finish up January. I have decided that once April comes, I'm going to start working on that and catch up at the end of the year, because I started a little bit late on this. There was a problem, I think, with getting the fabric and the floss in, and so it was a little bit late getting to us, and then I was even later starting it. So I don't have these done in time to put them up for this year's month anyways. So when April comes, I'm going to go ahead and start on that. Let me show you this, and then I'll show you where I'm at in January. I should be able to get January done maybe this week. I'll definitely get January done by the end of February. But this is the little pal. I want to show it to you because you might not have seen it. It has the little clasp. That's the shape of a heart. And this matches the fabric, of course, of the bag I got. It has a not felt. It's a wool heart in the center, and I think this is felt, but it's really high quality, nicely done. You can put your needle in there when you're working or changing threads. I keep the threads I'm working on, so I'm currently working on the white. I have a little bit of the carrot nose, I think, for the snowman on there too, but any leftover thread. And then it has this ribbon on here, and I've attached another key ring, and these are the flosses I'm working on for my January sampler. So the ones I'm currently working on are in this pal, and the rest of them are in my bag. So I just want to share that because I really enjoy when I'm watching other people's floss tubes, learning how they organize and how they stitch and getting ideas and trying new things and see what works for me. So here is my January sampler. Oh yeah, no, okay. I've got a row of snowmen, kind of what's here on the top I've got on the bottom. So a row of snowman and another row of the pine bough or whatever kind of greenery that is. But I love this. I just love it. Let me pull this down a little because it's kind of blocking. So I was working on that a little bit last night. Yeah. Story of my February has been I'm behind. But I want to start all the things. Okay, have I missed anything? Nope. So my Valentine's new start, I pulled out this, I want to say it was a sip and stitch box. Oh, I hope I didn't show. I'll have to cut it out. This is from Primrose Cottage Stitches. This is their Valentine. They put out their first box and I got it. Love it. It came in a kit, and so I am using the fabric and the floss that was in there. It's all DMC. It's in just this little bag, but this is what I got done for Valentine's Day. I worked on it Valentine's Day and a little bit on Monday. And then the rest of Monday, like I said, I was sewing until I didn't feel good. But isn't that sweet? I'll tell you, one of the things I love is these are little envelopes. So cute. So my goal would be to finish this in February. Definitely. And that leaves me with an FFO. Leads me to maybe the FFO. This is thanks to Jeanette and Heather. They showed a couple of Flosstube videos ago. I'll try and link it somewhere in the cloud. Oh my goodness. I did not do my hair today, and I really should have tried to do something with it. I apologize. It's like leftover snow day. I'm just sitting at home. And but anyways, sorry. Let's see. It's Crafty Cottage Stitches. Shared how Heather was sharing how she had turned, I think it was like a tea towel into a project bag, and Jeanette showed some things that she had done and made and kind of shared a little tutorial. And I have to admit, I spent way too much time trying to figure this out. I should have probably done some math. It would have been easier, but I love it. This is how it turned out. I meant for it to be longer than it was taller, but whatever. It is what it is. I took the Love Cup from Priscilla and Chelsea Stitching with the Housewives, one of their Valentine releases, and I turned it, I did my cup pink. I've shared that in a previous video. In fact, just look at my other videos to see what I did there. But I took this piece and I put a little bit of fusible interfacing on the back of it. I sewed around here, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just add here and here around it, and I'll add to the top, and I'll add a zipper. And I wanted white, or I really wanted this color blue, and I thought, oh, I could go to the store and get this color blue, and I could find this. You know what? Then I said, Heather, just use what you have in your stash. So this is what I came up with. I used I can't remember what it's called, but it's by Annie's. It's kind of a foamy, it's not quite batting. Can't remember, I'm sorry, but it's by Annie's is the name of the stuff that's in the inside. And I have to say, my machine did not like quilting through it. I love the way it feels. I love how it kind of stands up. And in fact, I thought about cornering the bottoms and making this a real stand-up bag. And I still could, but I was like, finish it, Heather, just finish it and have it done. But I ended up getting it done. I show you the back real quick because that's cute too. And then zip it. What I'm keeping in here is all of my love downloads from Stitching with Housewives. When it comes to downloads from them, I go to their Etsy shop. I think it's listed on there. Yeah. I go to their Etsy shop and download it, and that helps me keep track because I can just look and see what I've purchased, because otherwise I get kind of forgetful. But I have that in the bag, and then I'll show you the inside. It's this really cute typewriter fabric. Isn't that adorable with hearts? Eek! It's so cute. So thank you, Jeanette and Heather, for the inspiration. And like I said, I'll try and link to their video or have it at the end of my video or something, so you can go check them out. But that is an FFO. Woohoo! Yay! Fully finished. Hallelujah. Put it back there. Also on Monday, because I was sewing, I had so much fun, y'all. I have been working on this jelly snowflake stitch along. It's from Fat Quarter Shop. Since they started releasing it, and then I did like 3 of the 5 blocks. I think there's 5 blocks. And then the puppies just got too big to be contained out of that area. That it's a sitting area in my bedroom, and so they just there's just not a lot of room in there, and they got bigger and bigger, and I couldn't quite keep them out, so I kind of shut the doors, and I haven't done a whole lot of sewing. I miss it. People ask me, are you still sewing? Well, I don't get in there very often, but I try to a little bit. With a snow day though, the girls were having so much fun playing outside in the snow that I'm like, I'm working on my snowflake quilt. So I got this block done. I want to say this is block 4, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Anyways, I got this block done. They're basically the same. The center ones, there's a couple of different fabrics in the center one. But woohoo! I was hoping I would have the quilt top finished, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I tell you, the girls get older and older, and it'll get easier and easier to spend time in that room. But for now, they're a little too rambunctious, and having 2 puppies that are a year old, they're not really puppies. It's like having 2 toddlers that are grown man size. Okay, and then haul. The haul is a surprising haul because Brandy from Be Stitch Me has put out some mystery boxes, and I got her winter solstice for Christmas. And then she put out a Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, and like a spring, I think, or an Easter at the same time, or really close together in time. As far as signing up for it. And I was debating on which one to get. I knew I wasn't going to get St. Patrick's Day because Kelly green is not really my color as far as the fabric. I figured that's what it would be. Kelly green, yellow, really not my color. For the gold, and maybe black because you got the pot of gold. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. It could be a rainbow. It could be anything. But I was like, I don't know about St. Patrick's Day. So then it was between Valentine's and spring. And I couldn't remember which box I got. So I came home from my dentist appointment on Thursday, and this cute little box was sitting on my front porch. A little bit mangled, sorry about that. I think a cat sat on it after I brought it in, but there's the little gnome. It's a specialty box, so I thought I would just show you what's in here. If you haven't gotten your box, you should have gotten yours by now, and you don't want to be spoiled, turn it off. But when it comes to subscription boxes, it's kind of a mixed bag. You never know if you're going to like it or not. But so far, I have really loved everything Brandy has made, every fabric of the month I've gotten. There's only been one fabric that, it's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't see myself using it. So of all the fabric I've gotten from her, to have one that I'm like, I'll do it, and I'll give it away. I'll do a giveaway, or maybe I'll find some pattern down the road that it works perfectly for. But I think that's pretty incredible because I'm pretty picky. So the first thing, I've mangled this box, but it came with this little heart box, and inside, I broke it to open it, but inside are a bunch of little candies. There's Hershey Kisses and peppermints. I just love it. The little attention to detail was just so wonderful. And to get, I don't know, I think women kind of get each other. To get a box of just goodies that make you smile and feel special, it was really nice. So she had some tissue paper. Jiminy Christmas, why couldn't I remember that word? This, I was watching Annie, I haven't read, but I think she designed Little Norman, the gnome. Isn't it cute? So there's the pattern for that. Stitchery website fabric author. Yeah, it says author is Stitch Me, so I think she designed that. So cute little gnome. This, oh my goodness, I love this little pillow box. It will definitely be, I'll keep it. And inside, oh, this is so pretty. So it has a little needle. I think this is probably like a counting pin. It's a little needle with a heart on the end and the beads. And then this, oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. Can you see the little rose? And it's in the plums and purples. Oh, I am so in love. And then the little open, whoop, whoop, it's not turning. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, no, no. Let's try that. Anyways, it's an open heart. So this is either a scissor fob, or you could put it on your bag like a zipper pull. I love it. Love it. Wonderful packaging. So cute. So cute. So in love. Oh my goodness, you guys. So there's some little buttons, hearts, and peppermints. There's, oh, this is so cute. An adorable little gnome needle minder. Oh, I mean, not that I've ever stitched on gnomes, but oh, it's so cute. I think this is thread conditioner, beeswax. This, oh, another, it's a magnet. Actually, you could use it as a needle minder because there's two magnets. Little pincushion. I mean, does it get any cuter? The roses, the little pin, it's stuck in there with a heart. What'd you say? I died. This is a needle threader, and I need to watch a video because I don't know how to use one of these. And I've heard other stitchers say they absolutely love them, but I don't know how to use them. So if you know how, or if you know someone who shows how, let me know. This is so sweet. This is a little pin. Is it a pin or style? Yeah, pin with a rose gold encased diamond. Yes, please. Let's be girly. You know, girls love their diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Some thread drops, which would be great to use for this project. This, I don't think I took it out of the wrapping. I'm sorry, it's a little, but it was bubble wrapped to keep it safe. But this is a little love potion jar with needles in it. You guys. Ooh, maybe you can see on my shirt. Yeah, this is love potion. Brandy, you outdid yourself. It came with silks and fabric. So the silks are dropping 20 yards. Wow, 20 yards. This is Cupid, a beautiful light purple lilac color. Cupid, which it's coming across way darker on the screen than it is in person, but you can see the variegation really well in that. It's got purples and pinks. You have Poppy, which is a bright red with just a hint of maybe orange, but definitely red. And then Merlot, which is again coming across way darker on the screen, but it's a beautiful burgundy wine color. And it goes along with, I'm making a mess in front of me here, the fabrics. So I went with a fat 1/8 of a yard just to get a sampling of the color, and because I figured a lot of my Valentine love stitching was going to be smalls, so I didn't really need a lot of fabric. And if there's a fabric that I love, I'm pretty sure other people love it, and Brandy will carry it in her shop at some point, or you could put a special order in if you wanted more. Sorry, crinkle. Whew. So the first color is called Broken Heart, and all of these, and I haven't looked at them yet, I haven't pulled them out. All of these are 28 count Lugana. So that's one side, and that's the other. And then the next one is Cupid. This is a really nice bright berry pink. It's brighter in person, I'd say, than what is showing up here, but it's so pretty. And one of the things I just love is when it has this modeling and the different lights and darks. I just think it adds so much to the background of the piece. My husband's bringing home lunch, so I'm looking to make sure I don't miss it. The next one, I miss him. Don't want to miss lunch. Oh, just kidding. I don't want to miss my time with him is what I mean. Love Potion. It's a bright pink, a light pink. Oh, that's pretty. That might be better. It's pinker than it's showing up. It's showing up a little more red on the screen than it is. It's definitely a pink. But, you know, it's Southwest Washington and it's winter and the lighting is horrible. That's just where I live. Love that. And then the last one is called Desire. Ooh, isn't that pretty? That's pretty true color too. Isn't that gorgeous? There is a cross stitch pattern in the, I want to say it's the February Just Cross Stitch magazine. And I want to say it's by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I was watching their video and that's where I saw it. And I went and got the magazine. And this is what I think I'm going to stitch it on, because isn't that gorgeous? Love, 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 love this. So Brandy, not that you're watching, thank you so much. I love this so much. It was so fun to just have something girly for me. I just thank you. It was like a little bit of love on my doorstep. And then this is a project bag that came with it. It's got the hearts and the flowers, roses, tulips maybe, probably roses, Valentine's Day. And then pink accent on the top. I think the inside is just the pink. It's nice and deep, so if you use Q-snaps, I mean, this is a good size project bag, so you could fit those Q-snaps right in there. So that is it. That was a great box, wasn't it? Go ahead, check out BeStitch Me. I'm pretty sure it's bestitchme.com, but you can also find her on Facebook and see what boxes she has coming out next. I highly recommend them. Getting If nothing else, get the fat 1/8 because it's a little bit less expensive and you can try it out and see if you like the colors. And like I said, you can always ask for a special order, and as long as she has the ability to, she will make that happen for you. I think the hardest thing is deciding what size, what count, and what fabric you want, because do you want Lugana? Do you want linen? Do you want Aida? Do you want 20 count Aida? Do you want 28 count Lugana? Or Jobelin or Opal, because these would be so pretty. She has some iridescence. These would be so pretty with iridescence. But that, I think, is all I have for you today. I'm going to keep working on my WIPGO things for the rest of the month. I'm going to work on my my Valentine new start and get that finished. Get a little bit further on my January sampler and my Cozy Winter Wishes stitch along and my Sew by Rose stitch along. And I have 1,000,001 things I want to start, so maybe I'll have a new start. But I also want to go back to the Fat Quarter Shop stitching that I was doing. So the Just My Type, Stronger Together, and Stitches from the Heart. All 3 of those I'm hoping to touch this week. We'll see what happens. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, that you stay safe and warm and dry wherever you're at. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.